YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Man, for real, hey, first off, happy 4th. I know today's the 7th, but happy 4th. But for real, man, I hope y'all had a good holiday weekend. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got to spend some time with your loved ones. And I just want to tell y'all I appreciate you, man. I thought about uploading all weekend long, and I have family here at my house, and I was still thinking about uploading, but I'm back today. You know, got a lot of fire content for y'all, so y'all already know what to do. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications. You don't want to miss an upload. We got a ton of content coming out, just things you don't want to miss, like I always tell y'all. And 2K26 is literally right around the corner, bro. We've been growing, we've been grinding, we've been making some fire builds. Even this late into the year, we've been making some fire builds. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for keeping me motivated, making me want to keep uploading, and it's been fun, and I can't wait to get into 2K26, bro. But we are back with another build today, one I made myself. I think it's pretty fire. I think it's a really good build. It's a big man, and it is inspired by Myles Turner. I think it's a fire build. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. So first we got position, power forward, and I get it. Myles Turner is a center. I was trying to make this build Myles Turner, but I ended up just changing the position a little bit just because I wanted to, and I wanted the build to be his actual height. Height, we got 6'11". Weight, 222 pounds. I know it's a little bit on the lighter side, but I like the 222. Wingspan, 7'1" wingspan. I was trying to make sure I could at least get 83 three-pointer on this build. So we got the 7'1" wingspan, and we got a two-way stretch forward. Fire build name, fire build. Really just entails exactly what Myles Turner is. So I think y'all are gonna like it. I think you'll love the attributes, and I think it's a really good build. Let's hit continue and hop right into it. So first we got 80 close shot. I started off upgrading this, and I was like, hold on, Myles Turner game not really even like that, but you still want the build to be viable, still want the build to be able to be used in multiple game modes. So we put the 80 close shot on this build. Going to get you silver float game, bronze hook specialist, and bronze paint prodigy. Drive and layup, we went with the 70. Myles Turner doesn't really drive to the rack much, so I didn't want to give him much drive and layup. I think 70 is more than enough for this build. Drive and dunk, we also got a 70. He's just not driving to the rack and booming on people, so I couldn't give him a high driving dunk, but I wanted him to be able to get dunk animations. That's why we went with the 70 driving dunk. Standing dunk, we got a 73. I wanted to get rise up on this build, so I made sure I put that up so we could get it, and I kind of just went up to 73 just because I had the extra points. So we got 73 standing dunk. Last but not least, we got 61 post control. Why did we go 61? I wanted to get hook specialist, wanted to make sure we got post fade phenom and got unpluckable, so we went 61 post control. Now that's all for the finishing. Not the best finishing build, but Myles Turner isn't that good of a finisher. And real quick, before I make it any further into this video, you do not have to make this build exactly how I make it. This is how I would like to make this build. You could take this build, use it as a template, and tweak it to your liking to fit your play style to make the build that works best for you. You do not have to make this build exactly how I make it. This is just how I wanted to make my version of a Myles Turner build. On to the shooting, we got 85 mid-range. Now, why did I go 85 mid-range? Why didn't you go higher? Y'all already know. I like to make my builds cap breaker friendly, and we're going to take 4 of our cap breakers, and we're going to put them on mid-range shot. That's going to get us 89 mid-range shot. Going to give us Deadeye still, post fade phenom, and then we'll get set shot specialist on gold. Going to make this build a very, very good shooter. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to make this build really good. Like shooting wise, this build will be able to knock down any open shot because we got 83 three-pointer to go with that. So the gold set shot specialist with the 83 three ball, and then limitless range on bronze. Shooting is not going to be a problem, bro. Like, not one bit. You'll be able to shoot. Myles Turner is able to space the floor. That's one thing about his game, is he's really good at spacing the floor, really good at pick and popper, just really good at those things and shooting the ball. So wanted to make sure this build can shoot it. Free throw, we got an 80. For anyone who's like, oh, why'd you put free throw up to an 80? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? That's why, bro. That's why. So we got 80 free throw. That's for y'all. Everyone who's complaining about having a low free throw or not having a free throw, this is for y'all. This is a rec build. Wanted to make sure we got the 80 free throw. Now on to the passing or the playmaking. We got 75 pass accuracy. I wanted to make sure this build could grab a board and throw a dime. 75 is more than enough in my opinion. Going to get you silver, dimer, and break starter. Going to allow you to throw those fast break passes in the rec. Ball handle, you get a 70. Now this is somewhere I didn't really know where to go with this. It should probably be lower. I just didn't know what to do with it, but I like that I was able to have 70 ball handle. So I went with the 70 ball handle on this build. He probably shouldn't have that, but like I said, I like it for this build. Speed with ball, we got a 50. This build isn't made to be handling the ball. Like I'm not making some demigod almost 7-footer. I'm making a rec build or a build that is a very good teammate. That's what I was going for. That's what Myles Turner is. He's a wonderful, wonderful role player. That's what I was going for. On to the defense, which is Myles Turner's, like, this is the best part of his game. He's a wonderful, wonderful rim protector and defender. So we got interior defense. We went 82. Why did I go 82? Wanted to make sure I could get post move or post lockdown on silver, and so I could have paint patroller. Wanted to make sure I had both of these badges. Gotta have them if you're going to be making a Myles Turner build. Perimeter defense, we got a 72. I like the 72. Myles Turner isn't a great perimeter defender, but he can defend on the perimeter. Like if he gets caught out there, it's not going to be too bad for him. So I felt like 72 would be perfect. Going to give him challenger. Going to give this build silver and movable enforcer. Going to allow this build to be able to play some defense. To match with that, we got 60 steal. I don't like putting steel on my builds, but I did feel like I could put steel on this build and make this build a little bit better. We gave this build interceptor on bronze. You will be able to press square here and there in the passing lanes. It's only gonna make this build better. That's what I was going for. Like I said, we were trying to make Myles Turner. It was inspired by Myles Turner, but we got to make the build viable in plenty areas. So that's what I was going for. Block, we got 93 block. Why did I go 93 block? Because I wanted gold paint patroller. Wanted to make sure we had that. Wanted to make sure I had high flying denier on Hall of Fame also. Listen, y'all know how I feel about high flying denier on bronze with 68 attribute. Imagine, just imagine high flying denier on Hall of Fame with 93 block attribute. You're gonna be smacking everything, bro. Like blocks are going to be so routine and crazy. It's going to be nuts. So that's what Myles Turner does. Had to make sure he had a very high block on this build. Now, on to the rebounding. We got 60 offensive rebound. I didn't upgrade the offensive rebound this time. I probably should have, but I like the defensive rebound anyways. Defensive rebound, we got an 85. Now, y'all are probably like, oh, this build's only got 85 rebound. I was trying to make Myles Turner, and this is also why I put him at the 4, because Myles Turner is not that good of a rebounder at all. Like, that's one of the knocks to his game, is that he's not a good rebounder for his size. So I made this build at the 4, gave this build 85 defensive rebound. Now you still get box out beast on gold, and you still get rebound chaser. Gonna allow you to grab some boards here and there. You got 7'1" wingspan. You'll be able to grab a board with no problem, bro. Last but not least, we got the physicals, and I went speed 75. Now Myles Turner probably does not have 75 speed, but I wanted this build to be as good as possible. And in order for it to be as good as possible, you got to make it as fast as possible. So I went with the 75 speed. I think that's really good for a 6'11 build. Agility, we got 60. Not the best at all, kind of bad, but still, you're 6'11, bro. So just keep that in mind. I think that's perfect for a 6'11 build. Strength, we got an 85. I went 85 because, once again, I wanted a movable enforcer, and I wanted post fade or post lockdown, and I wanted box out beast. I had to make sure I had all 3 of those things. Wanted to make sure this build could set screens, could lock down the post, could play on the perimeter a little bit, and could box out and get boards. Last but not least, we got 83 vertical. This got upgraded so high because I wanted to make sure I could get high flying denier on Hall of Fame. So I went with 83 vertical. I'm going to give you high flying denier Hall of Fame once again. Best badge in the game, by far. Best badge in the game. But for this being a big, I think this is a fire build. I think it has really, really good attributes on this build. And for what you're trying to do with this build, and you're trying to be a big with this build, I think this is a wonderful big. Let's hit continue and see what shades we get. You're going to get shades of Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Chet Holmgren, and John Collins. I think all 3 of those players kind of show shades of Myles Turner. The only thing that messes this up is that Myles Turner is really a 5. So that's the only thing. But you have built a 2-way stretch 4 fire build name. I love that build name. I miss the stretch 4 build name. They need to bring those back, man. But you've built a 2-way stretch 4. I think it's a fire build. You guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Is it fire or is it trash? If it's trash, tell me why you think it's trash. Don't just call it trash, because I'm gonna ignore you. And with that being said, grading this build on A to F of it being Myles Turner, I'm gonna give it an A. The reason I'm giving it an A is because low-key, it's literally Myles Turner. The only difference is it's not a center. It's the only thing. It's the only thing holding this build back from getting an A+. We're at like it's like out of 100 being an A+, we're at 99.7, bro. That's how I feel. Now, grading this build from A to F on being able to use it in multiple game modes, I'm gonna go A also. You could take it to the 1s, but you don't really have a ball handle or a post game, so it's gonna be pretty hard for you to get a bucket in 1s. But you could definitely take this build to the 2s and be the perfect big. You could take it to the 3s and you could be secondary with a big lineup, or y'all could just run you with a smaller lineup and you're really not even small at the 3 and you're the perfect big. And you take it to the 5s, you can play the 4 or the 5, bro. It's not going to be an issue. Like, the build is going to be able to pass the ball, shoot the ball, play defense, rim protect, finish when it needs to. The build can do almost everything, bro. So I like this build. For a rec build, for sure, A+. But everywhere else, I got to give it an A just because it's lacking in a couple areas. I still think it's a really good build, though. Once again, you guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. And if you made it this far into the video, I love you. I really do. I appreciate you a lot. I want you to know that. But that is all I got for y'all today. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on post noties, man. You guys don't want to miss any uploads, and hit that like button. It goes such a long way, and I appreciate it a lot. But we are finished up here. I'm going to have a lot more content coming out, so be on the lookout. Once again, hit that sub button. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.